page, my business page.
Yeah, you're like.
Okay, assalamu alaikum, everybody, viewers that's here. Very excited and nervous about today's interview. It's my very first time doing a live interview, so I am a little bit nervous. My name is Farzana Davids, and I am from South Africa. A little bit about myself. I'm a wife, a mom, a student, a digital business owner of recent. I've been in business for over 13 years, alhamdulillah, but this is the very first time that I've actually now entered into the online space. So I'm very excited about it. You're about to meet Ameen and Zeeniya from Australia. They are my mentors. And we're just going to have a little bit of chat, what is the business about? What do you do? How is it impacting your life and so on? So without further ado, let me introduce you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thanks for this opportunity, Farzana. It's our pleasure to talk to you via a live feed. We are all the way from Sydney, Australia. It's around 7:40 p.m. over here. I know it's pretty early over there in South Africa, probably around 11:30-ish.
Yeah. 11:40.
Okay, where do we start?
Okay, so just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, your background, and so on. Walaikum salam, Shahid.
Yeah.
So basically, we are two accountants by profession, and originally from Sri Lanka, migrated to Australia for a better life. And we have two beautiful children, and we are full-time workers currently, and involved in some digital business as well.
Yeah, Zeeniya, yeah. It's been almost 10 years since we migrated to Australia as a family. Bit of interesting background is, although we are Sri Lankan, we have a Malaysian and Indonesian mixed heritage in our lineage. So somehow, so interesting background. Being in the corporate world for over 25 years since we started doing chartered accountancy and things like that back home in Sri Lanka. So yeah, at some point in time, we thought it's time to be our own bosses, start something our own, so that we can manage our time, be flexible, have that freedom and things like that. So we got into a global digital business, and we are so happy to have so many people joining us, including you, Farzana, where you are our mentee. So it's a great pleasure to meet you a live feed.
Yes, definitely. Alhamdulillah. Very exciting. The technology really allows us to connect and makes the world a smaller place, right? So even though like you're in a different time zone and all of that, we are still able to have this live interview, alhamdulillah. So you said that you work full time, right?
We do, yes.
Yes, we do. We currently have full-time jobs. Then the online business, we do it on the side. Of course, inshallah, the end target is to move full-time into the online business. We are slowly making that transition. We're slowly getting there. Inshallah, we'll get there soon.
Right. So, so then you, how do you find time to do this business? Like obviously you work full time, and you also you're a father and a mother, and there's other things that you need to see to. So then, how do you find time for this business to do it part time?
See, that is the beauty of this business. It doesn't have a time. Office work is mostly on daytime, so you have enough time after work to spend on this business. And it's very flexible, and the place doesn't matter, time doesn't matter. It's just you need the internet, that's it, and the device, that's all.
And look, most of us, if you on an average day, we at least spend, I think, collectively a few hours on social media. We either check on Facebook other people's posts. We read memes. We watch all those people doing all those gossiping and the jokes and all those pranks that are done by other people on YouTube. So we are basically spending 2 to 3 hours. If someone says no, I'm not spending, there has to be an exceptional case. Most of us are spending that 2 to 3 hours on a daily basis. What we are effectively doing, we are still spending the same amount of time, but then we are using that to our advantage, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not difficult to carve out.
Using it effectively.
Using it for a purpose and not just wasting time.
Absolutely. So instead of helping others earn money by clicking their stuff, we are using that same time to for our
progress.
You're using it smart. You're using it smart.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, so that's awesome. And it's good to know. So, but there are also a lot of us that are able to do it full time, like myself, for example, because I'm a stay at home mom. So I do the business full time. But what that means for me is that I still plan the business around my time, around my schedule, around fetching the kids, around play times, around whatever is like the priority to me. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I do love about the business. It's completely up to you, because the training is video based and it's not live or anything like that. So it's when you are able to go and sit and actually do some work. So that's awesome. Yes.
Yeah. So look. I mean, if you were doing a 9 to 5 job, we are like a set of robots, right? You start at 9, you break for lunch at 12, and then you break for tea if it is your case, and then in between you attend meetings, and 5:30 you knock off. But then the good thing about doing something online, it's 24/7. If you're not connected locally, for example, if I'm not connecting from someone in Australia, I'm connecting with someone on the other side of the world by this time. I'm sure there's people watching from South Africa, and we are effectively connecting with them using the technology. The good thing is we are unique, right? It's not like we are framed into a 9 to 5 time frame in this business. We are unique. We have our own little life that's going on with little kids or grown-up kids or plenty of other things happening. So in between, it's up to us whether to do it full-time or part-time. And in this business, what's important, or what the beauty of this business is, that we are running our own race. We are not running against anyone else. It's our own little goals and progress, and we spend that required time to achieve our goals. It can happen to someone very quickly, or it can happen over a period of time. But at the end of the day, it's our own race. It depends on what we really want to do, and we basically manage that time and get there in time.
That's so true, definitely. But what I love is that we also have like the support and like the mentoring, the built-in mentoring and coaching. So when we are stuck, or if we are a bit lost or confused with anything, then there is always that actual guidance. So it's you are in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You have a whole global community of people who are cheering you on, wanting you to succeed, and it's really amazing. I really love it.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. I mean, we have more than 80,000 people from around the world. So if you can't reach me at some point in time, the chances are that you can reach out to someone else, and the business doesn't stop, and the people working on the business and running their own business doesn't stop. So there's enough help, and there is a big and huge sea of knowledge with regards to the business that you can tap into, you can access at any time that you want.
It doesn't require any experience in digital business in the past. You can be a very fresh person to enter into the business. So it's very resourceful, and you have a lot of help around. So a lot of people learn after getting into the business. So a lot of support. Amazing.
So, sorry, I just noticed that Shai Kaida, he asked, tell us more about this device that you mentioned. I'm not sure what he is referring to. Shai, if you could perhaps just elaborate, because I don't think we spoke specifically about any device other than just technology and the social media platform. Um, so there is a question that I would like to ask you, because this is a question that I get a lot from potential customers, is leads and so on, where they are always asking for more information, right? What is this business about? What is it that you do? And obviously I am directing them to the webinar, but somehow, it's not enough. They actually want me to explain to them what do we do and all of that. So would you be able to answer that question?
I think the best way to get more information about the business is attending our global workshop.
Free webinar.
It is a free webinar. Anyone who registered for that will have access. The good thing about it is we have the webinars running live from Canada. So it depends where you're living, the time zone. Sometimes it happens early in the morning, sometimes it's happen afternoon, but for some people it's at night. But the webinar happens on, for example, if you look at from an Australian perspective, every Wednesday and Friday. So that's twice a week. And then even if it happens during the usual work time in the respective countries, there's always going to be a recorded replay of the workshop that is available for people who have registered to watch at their convenience, at home, at night, after work, and things like that. So why we wanted, or why we would request people to attend the webinar, is that it's an experience by itself. There's lots of things that cannot be explained over a phone call or typing via a messenger message. So in that workshop, what we do is basically present facts about the advantages of being on the internet as a business, and we also provide a comparative view of what other business opportunities available and whether it's the right option for you. And in that, at the end of the webinar, or towards the end of the webinar, what we do, we get a selective number of people who are in the business with us. They are at different stages of the business. Some people who have just joined, or some people who've been in the business for 2-3 years and achieved a lot. So we invite them as a panel and come and present their stories. How did they enter the business? How the business is helping them? What have they achieved, and what they think about their personal experience? So nothing can beat personal experiences of other people, and we are doing it live so that everyone can attend, and it is not a recorded or synchronized kind of fake thing. And this panel every day, either a Wednesday or Thursday, this panel change. So we have 80,000 people around the world, and then there is a queue of people waiting to attend as panelists to kind of tell their stories. So we have enough people to come and tell their success stories. So we keep changing. The people will change, except for the presenters, Darren and Mike. The others keep on changing. So it's an opportunity for everyone to attend, experience themselves, understand,
to gain confidence. To say
Confidence.
it's a very legal, it's a legitimate thing that's happening. Because if you see online, there are so many businesses that you come across, a lot of advertisements comes up. But getting into this webinar, they build up their confidence as to how legitimate is this business is. So it will give them some information to think about whether they should get in or not.
Yeah, and we understand an online business is not for everyone, and there's different options on the internet. So we want to do a fair presentation to everyone so that they can digest themselves and make their mind. If someone's doubting whether this is a real opportunity or not, the door is open for them to register and watch it and then make the decision. And the fact that we are presenting ourselves personally as Ameen and Zeeniya, and you presenting yourself as Farzana Davids, and if people come into our business pages, they can see our personal life, our family stuff. We are representing ourselves. I mean, we are not like representing behind some kind of a corporate name or some logo, right? We are representing ourselves. So it is a personal level kind of business. We wouldn't put ourselves in front of everyone else and millions of people via Facebook if this was something not real, right?
Definitely.
Of course, even we were doubting at the beginning. We were like not sure whether it is something similar to what we have seen until we went to webinars and saw those facts and the whatever the people were disclosing and representing. It gave us a lot of confidence to make a decision to get into the business.
It gives you that peace of mind that there's a real people and it's a real business. And so that is why it's so important that when we are telling people to go, go watch the webinar, because like when I came across your ad, there was no hesitation when I found out that I needed to go watch the webinar. That was the next step, right? Because also at the end of the day, if you are wanting to build a serious business for yourself with a serious potential income of potential, and obviously like people don't know like what our commission structure is and so on. But if you are wanting to do it, are you not willing to then go and do the work? Go find out the information, go watch the webinar, take out some of your time and find out what this business is about instead of, because like I tell most of the people, like I cannot convince anybody of anything. You need to convince yourself. Like you said, yeah, like you said, this is an online business. There are so many options out there and you need to decide if this is a fit for you. And so, you said it very perfectly in saying that you need to make that decision for yourself. But in order for you to do that, you need to have the information in front of you. So how are you deciding whether this business is a good fit for you if you don't actually have all the information in front of you? So, yeah. So, okay. Sorry, I was just reading the roll call. Sajida Mullah was also watching from South Africa. Salam, Sajida. So I think that was it for the questions. I think there was just one last question. I'm just checking on my sheet here. Yeah. Then the last question that I wanted to ask was like, for anybody that really wants to come on board, or but they're nervous or they're skeptical, or whatever, is there any tips or advices that you would give them?
I think the best advice that we could give anybody: jump in and give a start. Otherwise, you are not going to know whether it's going to work or not, right? And you can be a skeptic forever and sit on that fence. At the end of the day, until the fence falls apart, you are going to sit on that fence, right? I know a lot of people, including myself and Zeeniya, we initially had that fear of failure. We all have that fear of failure. We are frightened to fail. But if you didn't start, how would you know whether you're going to fail or succeed, right? So it's worthwhile giving a shot. I know it's difficult for a lot of people to make up their minds, especially when out there's a lot of different options available, whether it's, call it cryptocurrencies and all those affiliate marketing stuff. And there's a plethora of different options available. But what people struggle with is trying to figure out, is this real, or I'm going to get scammed? Is someone going to run away with my money, right? So I think the best option is for someone is to first attend the webinar or the workshop and have a look at what we have to present. If the facts are right, that's a tick mark. And then listen to all those stories of people from different countries, their successes and what they have to tell you. And if it's not sufficient for you to convince yourself, follow us. I mean, they can easily follow you, Farzana, on your business page, and see how you go. I mean, if this is not something that we have started expecting to have success overnight. If someone joins the business today, we are not guaranteeing that they're going to fly their private jet in 6 months. This is a long-term business that needs to be looked after like a business, and then we are managing our own business, and there's help at hand. In the community, our founders have built an amazing
Knowledge
global
base.
platform.
Yeah.
There is a dedicated website for learning. Most of it is step-by-step, simple video instructions that anyone can follow. There is no high technology involved. This is not NASA level technology that you need to know how to fly a rocket or something like that. There's hundreds of thousands
Surgery.
stay-at-home moms
Yeah.
and people from all walks of life, nurses, teachers, firefighters.
There's no age difference.
There's no
no
age
age
barrier.
group. There's
Yes,
no
yes, and within our team we have very young people, and there's
Yeah.
this girl from
New
from
Zealand.
New Zealand. She's just 21, I believe. She's 21.
You don't need prior experience.
Yeah.
There's no age barrier that you can
And
start up.
you just need to be willing to learn. That's
You
all.
just you should be ready to learn, and you should spend some time. You must have some commitment from your part.
Yeah, it's a steep learning curve at the beginning because we are not specialists. Mind you, I didn't even know how to run
An advertisement.
an advertisement. Forget about advertisement. I didn't know how to create a business page on
Yeah.
Facebook. Advertising was the most complex part for me. But then there is dedicated sections where you can learn social marketing, how you market yourself, how you market your business, not only on Facebook, in a number of other social media platforms like Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google, you name it. There's a section, dedicated section where we help people learn themselves, and then they can also tap into the weekly masterminds. We call it masterminds, right? We call those sharing sessions, which is like 90 minutes, very valuable insight. I don't think even if you pay thousands of dollars, anyone's going to divulge all that critical information and knowledge. We do it without, I would say our business owner community are not stingy. They share all that information and the knowledge that they have gained to the rest of the global community. That's why we are a closed community, because we haven't opened this community to everyone, right? Our private, it's a private group in Facebook where we support each other. Why we do it is that we can't open it to the public. We don't want all those dark elements creeping in and then compromising our global business owners. That's one of the reasons why we run a closed group where we can manage who's in the group, and then at the end of the day we protect each other from all those unhealthy elements sitting out there trying to scam people. So that's one of the reasons why we invite people later on, come join our closed group, then you will see for yourself. We don't want to open it so that everyone see it, and then there'll be 500,000 people in the group. We don't know who's in and who's out, who's up to what. At least when we control it in some way, we exactly know who's in the group. I mean, it could be 80,000, but we know exactly who that 80,000 is. So it's easier for us to protect our global community. So long story short,
get a start.
I mean, Zeeniya and I, we have that personal experience. I was interested. Zeeniya was skeptic at the first, and then I had to convince. We watched the webinars, I think at least about 2 or 3 times at night after work, half asleep. But then we managed to convince ourselves, yeah, this is it. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to do, and fast track our retirement, inshallah, soon. So and then it's a long term thing that we want to do. It's not going to stop in 2 years or 6 months. I mean, probably we'll have the same conversation, Farzana, in another 5 years' time.
Inshallah. Yes, no, definitely very exciting stuff. I won't forget when I started, when my training was opened up the very first day, because like you said, the learning curve is steep, right? I sat here and I thought, yeah, Rob, can I do this? because I've been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years, and although I've had businesses, like I said, it was the very first time that I was going into the digital space, right? So, okay, alhamdulillah, I do have a little bit of a computer knowledge, and not, I'm still a novice by far, but I mean, like, I learned very quickly. But it literally took me, and because I'm full time, I was able to accomplish that training like in a very short space, like probably. I think Ameen was shocked when I had asked him questions about the training, and you were like, "Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you complete that?" And I was like, "Yes, I did all of those things."
I
Because
mean,
we,
let's accept it. I mean, all of us at some stage, we are not in school. Most of us are not in school, so our rate of absorption is
very
slower.
low.
Attention span is slower, and we haven't done an exam or reading in years and years. So at the beginning, it takes a bit of time to get your mind used to it, to sit down and read something and understand, watch a video. We are used to clicking like YouTube, watch for 90 seconds and then scroll down, unless it's a song or something like that. So at the beginning, it takes a little bit of time to train your mind to sit down in one place and try to figure out what this is all about. That's why I said at the beginning, the learning curve is steep, but it's very worthwhile. It's a knowledge and skill that you acquire that you will use for the rest of your life in the business, and then we keep on renewing it and enhancing it through our weekly masterminds for all the business owners. So it's ongoing development as well. It's not like, okay, you start the business, now you figure out on your own. No, it's not. It's not that. It's basically hand holding with a very strong and perfectly laid mentoring and coaching structure as well. So I don't think such a structure exists anywhere in the world.
I've many businesses, right? I've done other things, holiday things and healthy shakes and all those things. And I can tell you from personal experience that I have not come across anything like this in terms of the training. Yes, there are training and there are all those things in place, but not in this way. I haven't seen anything like this before. And even like with the community, the way that we are totally there for one another. Like I belong to, I joined another group, right? Because I really wanted to be able to do this, do go lives and have this confidence and be able to speak in front of an audience. And I was invited to that platform to go and learn and to build up. And so that's so amazing to me. And that's why I'm very excited about this business, not just because of the income, but because there's so much personal development, so much growing for us to do. And so,
and look at yourself. 3 weeks ago, you're freaking out to do lives, and then you did Facebook Live, and you're having an interview with us. I mean, within the 3 months, mashallah, I mean, you come a long way.
Progress. What a big progress it was.
Yes, and shukran to you guys and for always being there and supporting and for encouraging and for just nudging me. Sometimes, you have that days where you feel like, am I doing this right? What's going on? And then, of course, you are there to, just motivate and inspire again. And so I really appreciate that. I also just want to mention Nasreen Farouk because she's such a great help to me. She's not even a part of our team, but this is why the community is so great, right? She's not a part of our team, but she's so helpful. Alhamdulillah, and I just wanted to give her a shout out.
Nazreen invited us for interviews as well. So yes, we did that interview with Nazreen some time ago, or probably a month ago.
Maybe.
As well. So she's been helping us as well. It's a good thing. You meet a lot of people. We haven't met personally. I haven't met you personally. I haven't met Nazreen personally. But then there's hundreds of people who we've come across, and we reach out to them if we get stuck. We ask for help, and there's someone there already. Always there to help. Figure out something if you're not doing something right, or if you have some doubt, saying that am I doing it right, or did I mess up somewhere else? There's always help at hand. That's the best part about this business: the community support and the like-minded people who are there. I mean, we are very positive, helping each other, and we are not competing against each other, right? I mean, it's, as I always say, we are running our own race. We decide the speed, the what do you call, the destination is the same, but we take different routes, different times. It could be a longer route, like in the Google Maps. You can have the shortest route or the longer route. You can avoid ferries and rough roads, or you can still take the ferries and rough roads and take the longer route and enjoy the journey as
Oh,
well.
yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Thank you for being my very first guest on my live interview. And I hope
It's
that
our pleasure. Yeah, I mean, we are very happy to be your first
yeah.
guest. I mean, inshallah, we hope that you will interview. I mean, a lot of people will join you in your business journey, and I don't think there'll be anyone else who'd be more happy to see you succeed in the business as your mentors. I mean, that's something that we love. Other than doing our business for ourselves, we are able to help
Others,
assist others as well. That satisfaction, it's more worth than money.
Of course, mashallah. Anyway, we are heading into the Waqt of Jummah now, so I am going to have to end this call. But Jazakallah khair and shukran for joining me with this chat. And we'll see you on the other side. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Take care. Have a good day.